If I were a school subject, these would be the books on my reading list, aka my favorite books of all time. This book had me hooked from page one. I love the focus on anti colonialism and translation, and the magic system is so interesting. I've read a lot of Morrison, as you can see, but my favorite Morrison is still my first Morrison, which is Beloved. Every time I return to this book, there's something new that I've never noticed before, and the writing pulls me back in and breaks my heart every single time. Hi, you want to come up? This is my favorite historical fiction book of all time, and the author even sent me a signed copy, which just means everything. This book talks about how to do the right thing when circumstances make it really difficult for you to understand what is right, and the intersection between the character's personal life and historical events is just so beautifully done. I'm a huge Jane Austen fan, as you can see by all the Cloth Found classics up here, but I have multiple copies of my favorite Austen Persuasion. The Second Chance Romance, full of yearning, does it for me every single time, and if you have not read Persuasion yet, you are really missing out. Another book I have multiple copies of is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. It's a harder read because of the stream of consciousness, but it is so worth it, and I love how it talks about mental health, loneliness, aging, and nostalgia. It's one that I think will really grow with me as I get older. Where Reasons End is one of the most unique books on grief I've ever read, and I really love how it plays with words. If you like plotless books with beautiful writing that's going to stay with you, then really do look this book up. Another plotless book that I love is Territory of Light. This book is so underrated. It's about this woman who's trying to create a new life for her and her daughter in Tokyo after her husband has left her, and how it writes about light and shadow and the darkness that's in us and our search for joy and hope is absolutely beautiful. This book changed how I viewed storytelling, and I'm not even kidding. This is the first magical realism book I've ever picked up, and I still constantly return to it. It has family saga, has a strong sense of setting. It has almost everything that I love in a book. And I will say, though, that if you want to pick this book up, definitely get a copy with a family tree in the front because you're really going to need it. I actually didn't think I was gonna like this book that much because I really didn't like Huck Finn, but this book had me from the get go. James is a retelling of Huck Finn from the point of view of Jim. The way that Everett writes about code switching and the way he reimagines this classic that I really didn't love, just and was still able to draw me in is just absolutely incredible. I actually love this book so much that I went back and reread the original just to see if, like, I've changed my mind since then, and I didn't. But this book is absolutely fantastic. Let me know if we have any of the same favorite books, and if you have any recommendations for me based on any of these, please let me know.